are not on the radio. This movement is about you. It's about America. You're the voice. And for God's sake, don't let it stop. Don't stop what you're doing. You must continue on because it is that important. And this, I don't want to be about me because it's about America. It's about what we can do together. And I'm not going anywhere, just so that you know. I just want you to know. If I can pull back the curtain a little bit, just because I know there's a lot of speculation. What happened here is a little bit my fault. It's a lot of people that I, that I have probably made angry. Trying to choose my words carefully. But it is what it is. I have no animosity towards anyone. This is God at work. For me to sit back and start pointing fingers and listen, this is God at work. Now, my wife will tell you there are many nights I sit there and she will, she has to walk out of the room because I get all in full of myself. But this is God at work. I can also tell you that when many of you had mentioned, who will pick up the ball? Where will this voice come from for the movement? Whether it's me or somebody else. Don't worry. Your voice is very powerful. This movement is very powerful. And I promise you, listening to me, I promise you that there are people out there that get it, that hear it, and that's all I can say right now. I have no doubt that we'll get stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and this will indeed make us stronger. And we will continue on. And I pray to God every day that He leads me in the direction that He wants me to go, and He has. And all He said was, you may have to take a few months over the winter off due to this legal contractual obligation that you have, where they require you to sit and think about it for a while. And that's okay. But I will still be involved in this movement while that takes place. And then, God willing, we come back stronger than ever before. Amen. And that's what it's all about. I mentioned this when I spoke to the 912 organization last weekend. I live by a program, and there's a prayer. It's a very simple prayer. It's the Serenity Prayer. And whenever you're in a situation where you need to call on God and ask for serenity, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. There are things in my life I cannot change. There are things in this country that I might not be able to change. That's the first part of the prayer. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. The courage to change those things that I can. Which means exactly why we are here tonight. We can change some things in this world, in this country, in this city, in this state, and we have. And you have people here tonight who will go back to Columbus or go back to Washington, D.C., and they will try and effect some change. I hope that we will be sending some fresh faces. I know I'm going to do everything I can. The courage to change the things we can. And you are. I've seen it. You've seen it. You've seen the people that have come to the tea parties. And the final line of this prayer is, and the wisdom to know the difference. What's the difference between accepting what I cannot change, changing the things that I can? Now that's the tricky part, because sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you try and change things that you can't, and sometimes people give up when they have the courage to change things. And see, that's what the Tea Party movement is. And that's why it is so scary to those on the left. Because we have the courage to change the things that we can. And indeed, it does take courage. And the story of Thomas Paine was a great story. It took courage. And some people quit, but others continued on, barefoot. And that's what we do. We continue on because we've got courage. There are certain things I have no control over that you have no control over. But we have one thing together, wisdom. We get it. We've awakened. And there are so many of us that are moving this country in that direction. I am proud to stand here in front of you and say thank you for your support. Thank you for listening. And I want you to know that this movement will not end. It will not stop. It will only get stronger regardless of where I'm at. Thank you for your support tonight. You're wonderful. I have to tell you one more thing, and this is important, and then I'll turn things back over to Brian. I want you to know there was a development as I left tonight on WHLO, and I've got good news and bad news. The development was the show we did today, that was the last one. No! Just so you know. Now, just so you know, it's okay. We had, we were going to go to the 17th. I want you to know, and one of the reasons I want you to know is because you have been so supportive here tonight. It's okay, mutual decision, and that's okay. That's just business. That's just business. That's just the way things are. It's okay. I will be on WKDD though for the next 4 days. So if you want to listen between now and Friday, or 5 days actually, to the 18th, I encourage you to tune in. But the point I'm trying to make is, your voices were heard, your voices are loud, and they will not be ignored. There will be people, I promise you, that will make sure that we have the opportunity and continue to have the opportunity to have our voices heard. And in the meantime, while we're doing all of the business stuff, I want you to know that you are the most incredible group of people I've ever had an opportunity to be associated with. The people that you've heard from tonight are incredible people. This is a tremendous community with tremendous people, and we are moving forward, and nothing is going to slow us down. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless everyone.
Give it up for Matt one more time.
Pay attention. Hi, Mary. Yes, I'd like to order.
This is Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Thank you for calling again, sir. I share your national identification number as 610-204-9998-45-54610. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. I see you live at 736 Montrose Court, but you're calling from your cell phone. Are you at home?
I'm just leaving work, but I'm...
Oh, we can deliver to Bob's Auto Supply. That's at 175 Lincoln Avenue, yes?
No, I'm on my way home. How do you know all this stuff?
We just got wired into the system, sir.
Oh, well, I'd like to order a couple of your double meat special pizzas.
Sure thing. There'll be a new $20 charge for this, sir.
What do you mean?
Sir, the system shows me that your medical records indicate that you have high blood pressure and extremely high cholesterol. Luckily, we have a new agreement with your national health care provider that allows us to sell you double meat pies as long as you agree to waive all future plans liability.
What?
Do you agree, sir? You can sign this form when we deliver, but there is a charge for processing. The total is $67.
$67?
That includes the delivery surcharge of $15 to cover the added risk to our driver of traveling through an orange zone.
I live in an orange zone?
Now you do. Looks like there was another robbery on Montrose yesterday. You could save $48 if you ordered our special spread submarine combo and fix that yourself. Comes with tofu sticks that are very tasty, sir. Good value, too.
But I want double meat.
Well, I'm sure you can afford the $67 then. You just bought those tickets to Hawaii. They weren't cheap, eh? Oh. But I see you checked out the budget beach bar at the library last week. Up to you, sir.
Right. I'll get the sprout sauce.
Good choice, sir. Gotta watch that waist if you're hitting the beach, eh? 42 inches. Wow. And I say tofu and sprouts is like required.
That's how much?
Just between you and me, there's a $3 off coupon in this month's Total Men's Fitness magazine. Your wife Betty subscribes to that, right? Anyhow, put that as 1999 even. Whoa, looks like you maxed out on all your credit cards. Bring cash, okay?
Want to stop this from happening?
I first saw this video about a year